What up, old good old interweb? This is, and what show is this? Oh, this is 100 live. I had a long day, so what's good with everybody, man? Hope everybody doing cool, staying out the way. Go check out the Dragons Dens podcast on Saturdays. You get that's the afternoon show. Then you get the R-rated triple X, quadruple X, Xbox Has No Games podcast with me, Flip, and Live Wire, and who else we can find. So go check that out. What else? Go check out the Four Guys Recorders. They just did a show. Go check them out. Go check out Hivebusters and go check out all the shows, man. Go show some love. Go show some love. But I got a good friend that a lot of y'all know him in the chat. But y'all ain't heard him on the show maybe once or twice. We got my boy Zink in the house.
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to represent the chat. All of the guys that be in the chat, you know, that's my post. I'm glad I could come on the show and get a couple things off my chest here.
Yeah. What's up to the chat? What's up with you, Ricardo? What's up with you, Hollywood? I do not call you Cray. I told you that on many occasions. You Hollywood.
How do I see the chat?
You should go hit comments.
Last time I did that, let me see if it's work. It's in white. It should work. But...
Yeah, you should look at comments, and then this will pop up on the side. What's good with you, Sensei? I have to get you on the show, man. Put you on prime time. Put you on prime time.
Okay.
If you're available this Saturday night, you're welcome to come on the show. You can be yourself. We don't have no closed doors. What you can say, what you can't say. You can tell your opinion in gaming. Like I said, we do at 8:30 my time. At East Coast time is what 11:30. So, and after tomorrow, I'm off until next Friday. So I'm gonna be throwing out more videos, giving y'all more content. I've been up and down and around. Happy Memorial Day to everybody that celebrates it. I'm gonna be back on that grill. I tested out my new grill yesterday. I gotta do some tweaks. So I got that, man. I gotta go play that. So you there, Zink?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me ask you, you played we were just talking about it last night. Scarlet Nexus. You played Scarlet Nexus?
No, I haven't played Scarlet Nexus.
Okay, you got to play Scarlet Nexus.
All right, let me write that down.
Yeah, it's a demo. So you know what I'm saying? It's a demo. So and it's two different. The two characters that you play they play kind of differently, but the stuff that you can pull off. What up? What you dragons? You know the stuff that you can put off. I was so like, man, I'm about to play this game. I think I didn't play the demo twice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a couple demos that people were talking about playing. And what's the other game that that they had problems on the PS5 that a demo came out on the Xbox?
The demo came out on the Xbox. What?
Yeah, it's some game that
demo
just
on the
released.
Xbox? Let's see.
It's a game, not a demo. I think it's an actual game, and it's out for the Xbox, the PS4, but not the PS5 because they were having some issues with it.
Oh, you talking about what do you call that game? Biomutant.
Biomutant. Yeah, Biomutant.
Yeah, they were mad about. Yeah, they was mad at Biomutant because it's gonna run better on the Xbox, on the X, and so they got into their feelings. They started threatening developers. I didn't really care if they was threatening developers or not because I get threatened every day on the interweb. It don't bother me. It comes part of the territory. Will Smith get 100 million death threats a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I think Thieves 2 came out for him. Roll for him though. They came out.
Who came out for him?
THQ, because that's who ended up buying them when they first showed the game off. They were independent. They're only 25 developers. THQ bought them and put them under their account. And so THQ saying, "Can you please quit messing with these developers? It's they on their account. This is not a AAA game. It's a AA game. It's only 25 of them." And THQ started giving them back to them ignorant ponies. And I'm like, why would you do that? Oh,
And
you
you
want
know
in
what,
already?
man?
Let's see you one now.
And you know something, man, just like you and Baka, and I'm glad y'all do this because I don't have time to play everything. I guess I would have time if I wouldn't spend so much time on Gears, but I just don't play everything anymore like I used to in the past. I'll play everything, but I'm buying Biomutant just because. Okay, I mean, just because it's just, I mean, I'll just buy it for my daughter and let her play it. And you know, my son, he'll play anything. So I'm just gonna get it just to support them. Hey, and you know, one of your shows some time ago, not some time ago, a couple weeks ago, and you said something about supporting a game, and you said that you shouldn't have to support a game because of something. You said they're not here to help you. Let's say wash dishes or something like that, right? You remember that show?
Oh yeah, that's when I said yeah. I'm like, y'all be talking about when game. I think it was talking about when games going Game Pass,
Right.
or developer loses their job or something like that. And I'm like, whenever a developer actually paid my bills.
Right. Well, Hunter, that does go both ways. And I said something in the chat and it was late, but it's hard to type that much in the chat. But on the business side, it does help when it helps the developer when you support the game that's in Game Pass. And that's where Colin Moriarty, Hogue Law, and like that's like we were talking in the green room. Like I said, I match my 2 business degrees and my economics minor against Jason Schreier or Ryan McCaffrey's journalism degree all day. And it's above their shit. I'll say that. When you're at the top of degrees, when you're a doctor, you're going to school for 12 years. You're a CPA, you're an accountant, you're in there for 8 years, you're an attorney, you're in there for 8 years. Okay, that's some heavy lifting and some wild shit. But even Hogue Law didn't know how Game Pass works. And Game Pass works the same way Netflix works today. But Netflix wound up in debt because everything that they showed when they were starting out, it wasn't not theirs. So they couldn't replenish that money. So now what Netflix did, they started making their own shows, right? So now they have ownership. Now the money that their shows make, it comes back to Netflix. They could reinvest their money, right? So they didn't understand how the business model works of Game Pass. Game Pass started off with house money. I think we talked when I was on your show a long time ago, we briefly talked about this. And when you have like me, I play Gears all the time. You see that I'm always on Gears. I don't have to buy anything, and most of the time I don't buy shit. But they give so much content, so much content. I say, let me, you know what? Let me go ahead and support this game. So I'll buy a character skin here and there. I'll buy the boost here and there just to support the game. But what that does, Hunter, now they building up a war chest. Okay. And when they build up a war chest within Game Pass, now they can go out and buy that ZeniMax. And this is why Sony does not and will never have what Xbox has, because they have no games with reoccurring profits. What I mean by that is when Horizon Zero Dawn makes their money off the first 2 weeks when it releases, it starts going down from there. Okay. And there's no way it can recoup that money. I mean, you can't keep making money. And then the longer a game stays on the store shelves, it goes on sale. So when people pull that lie out their ass and say, oh, Horizon Zero Dawn sold 15 million copies. Okay, how many copies did it sell initially? It sold those 15 million copies on the back end for a fucking dollar. Okay, so you lose your money earning opportunity within the first couple weeks of sale. But when you have things like Gears, people like to trip Gears, Forza, and Halo. They want to laugh about it, but those are $3 billion cash cow franchises. They make money every damn day. Okay, every day, every week, there's something new that you can buy from Gears. That's why. That's what, like you were talking about. They don't pay your bills. Well, Fortnite.
Well, no, what I'm talking about were okay.
I know.
Say
I know what you're saying.
yeah,
I know what you're
like
saying.
I buy what's called. I buy a pack like for Halo. I buy
Mhm.
custom skins. I got a custom skin that
Mhm.
it's about 5 years old, but I have people email or send me a message like, "Where you get that skin from?"
Right.
Because
Right.
that skin was exclusive. It was only there for 3 months, and I paid
Right.
them $20, and they actually took 10 of that and put it in the Halo Championship to make. They was one of the first to make $1 million.
Exactly my point. 100. Also, what Microsoft did when that George Floyd shit blew up, they donated just, I think it was like 6 weeks of rec pack money that they made
Mhm.
to that, and it was like $2.4 million off of 6 weeks. Okay, so but what I'm saying is that you're steadily making money, and Hunter, you in business. How long you gonna stay in business if you keep giving people free content? Because out there in Gears Operation 7 right now, with all of this shit in it, right? So you support Gears started off with 12 maps and something like 15 characters. Now it's at 32 maps and like 60 skins. And they've been supporting this game for over 2 years. So you tell me, how long are they going to do some shit for free? But see, that's where you catch people in all of their garbage. Oh, well, they made all of this. No, they ain't making shit. All right. Because these games, they make money every single week. Every single week, they making money. Okay. And their Game Pass is actually operating off of house money, and everybody want to say, well, it's Microsoft money. You know what? Google got a lot of money too. So why did they drop Stadia like that? Amazon have a
Man,
lot of money too.
this
Why
ain't.
didn't they just throw the
I
bank
told
at it?
certain people. I won't name no names, but I told certain individuals that Google will kill off some good. People understand I'm Google infrastructure to the end. My business is going through Google. My business line is running through Google. I do
Mhm.
everything Google, but I saw
We
Google
can't
come
avoid it.
stuff like Google
Mhm.
Inbox. That was one. That was. I don't know what made them cut off because they put your bills together. If you had bills come to your email, if it was
Mhm.
personal, it separated all that. And I'm like, why you
Mhm.
get rid of it? Right? They said people was more using the regular Gmail. I don't want
Mhm.
Gmail.
Mhm. Yeah, man. I mean, we all
Tell
on.
them, wait, dragons in the house.
What up? What up? What up?
What's going on, man?
You ain't drunk yet, right?
No, I was listening to my man drop that knowledge because a lot of people
Right.
don't know a business side of it. They just act like they some kind of accountants and shit. But
Mhm.
people need to know business. People need to know why Sony ain't making money. Sony don't have an online presence and a revenue generating series. They don't have it.
I'm glad you came in here because you just took some more of my thunder. And when you don't have that online capacity, then how are you going to generate income? You just making money off point of sale. And after that, you start to decline rapidly. Microsoft keep their shit up here, and people don't have to like Sea of Thieves. I told 100 because I'm still on 100's side. I'm mad at Livewires and K Mega when they threw his monkey ass in jail. But I know
No, that
I'm
was
not
good.
good enough at Sea of Thieves to go in there and talk some shit and sink their boat and help hunt it out. They'll have our both of our ass swimming underwater,
I
But
threw
it's
100 in jail too.
They
well,
all
your ass was in
yeah,
there
they think
too.
it's funny and they
Now,
catch me on.
Yeah,
look,
They catch
y'all
me.
thought
look,
it was
Zink,
funny. I was
listen,
tripping.
listen,
I don't
listen,
think it's
Zink.
funny.
He he was acting crazy.
Hey, I heard
he was acting real crazy.
I know. I heard y'all.
Now,
But
people
y'all didn't have to throw my man in jail.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
put
people
my man in
took my
jail.
saying. I just saw some YouTubers that's over 500,000 use my saying. I get drunk in real life and get drunk on the boat.
Dude,
I made that off the
I
spot.
remember when he said that when it first came out. I said, "You're gonna be the first one in jail." He was the first one in jail.
Dude, hey, 108.
I went
Y'all
straight
were
to jail.
tripping. Y'all were tripping, and I'm watching this shit, and I'm listening to the show. I'm like, I'm cracking up. I'm like, damn, they threw this motherfucker in jail.
Sure did.
And,
That was
They
funny
go
as
in
hell.
jail and then they always want to ask for help after we get jumped. I'm like,
Hey,
let me drown. I
100.
don't even care.
When you
I
said
ain't helping
that,
them. I'm gonna tell them going to kill them.
when you said that, and you wasn't gonna help him, I died laughing. That was one of the funniest episodes.
I said,
man.
let me die. I'm gonna sink with
That
this
was facts.
motherfucking boat. They opened up, man. No, I said I was doing my
That shit
job.
funny. Yeah. But you know, back to 108.
They know I don't do nothing. They like to go treasure hunting. I like to, I don't. I'll supply the ball, the what you call the balls and stuff like that. I'll supply that.
Mhm.
But other than that, no.
Yeah, but you know, but see,
ladies and gentlemen, guess who I just found? Oh, he left. He coming back, but it's good old Hibot when it comes through.
oh, the world's most powerful gamer. Hey,
Yeah.
look, you know something? And like 100 came in, 108 came in talking about online play, and you know, and people want to talk about what Microsoft needs, and I'm so tired of these podcasts talking about what they need. These jokers, and we don't have a roadmap. Man, these jokers had a show. They bought up companies. Then people were confused, so they had a round table with Bethesda. Okay. And then people still, you know how they like to do a certain group of people and you divide and conquer. It seemed like they're trying to divide Bethesda and Microsoft. No, it's Microsoft. Okay. It is Microsoft. They bought Bethesda. They talk partnership. It's like me when I have a big painting project, I'll probably have about 15 people working for me. And when I'm around my crew and I'm talking to someone else, I always say my team or our team. This is our team. Now, they'll call me boss, but I really don't like to hear that shit because some of the guys that work for me used to work with my dad. So these jokers are like 15 years older than me. So I really, you know, I'm a boss, but I'm not that kind of arrogant guy.
I'm the same way. I own my own business
Yeah,
too.
but see, that's what
I
people
own my
don't
own business too.
understand.
My boy tells I got a club, and you know, a lot of times people don't see me. So when I come downstairs and I'll walk in there and I'll say, yo, Darren, yo, everything all right, whatever. You know, the last time we had a repass here, I'm walking away. He says, yo, that's the boss. That's the big boss. I tell him, I said, I'm not your boss.
Well, I won't do that, but I feel you though,
because it makes me feel like it makes me feel a little different. So I'm the same way.
Yeah,
that happened recently too.
It make me feel different. So when you hear Phil Spencer talk, you know he's always talking about us and we.
He said,
and
right.
He doesn't
lead with an iron fist.
It make the whole
at Xbox.
feel better. It make everybody feel like, hey man, this Joker is working with us. And my guys know, hey man, I could get down and I could outpaint the rest of them. Okay. But if we need me to do that, then they're gonna see me wear some shit out. You know.
Yeah, see, that's what you do at the airport. See, a lot of people don't know how to manage or run stuff. And you gotta some people get a power trip. But I would never I should tell people I'm not gonna never tell you nothing I'm not gonna do. When I had leads the flights and they get nervous, hitch me up. I'll do all the flight. I'll do all the baggage. I'll load. I'll make it easy for you to do it. I'll come in an extra hour early to make sure. Put this on and this bin. I'm gonna make it easy for you because being empowered, you can get nervous and you don't know somebody might clap on you. I said any of these dudes clap on you, just let me know because I'll raise hell. I don't care. I don't care. I'll fire my own home. So,
and see, and you know, and like 108 is talking, and we all talking the same thing of how we manage. Now, if I had to get after somebody, I could get after somebody, you know, and I hate to fire people, but you know, sometimes you do. You know, I remember Hunter, you talking about your boy you had to fire, and then y'all went out and had drinks afterwards. But I tell you something, man, you know, I hear all of this talk about what how 343 is mismanaged, and it's really starting to get at. Frank O'Connor just did an interview with this undercover Sony show called Sifted, and I know people saw this shit. It was like a 55-minute interview of with Frank O'Connor, and like I always told people, who leads 343? Number one is Bonnie Ross. Number two is Frank O'Connor. Number three is Kiki Wolfkill. Number four, since he left Bungie 6 months before Destiny dropped, and I said way back then, fourth is Joseph State. Okay, I've always said that. And then Rand got at me and he was like, he just started working there and he's not on Halo. I said in the comment section, I said, Rand, he wrote 2 Halo novels soon as he got back. Okay, he wrote 2 Halo novels. He worked on Recore and he worked on Halo 4. Okay, so he's always looking around, right? They just brought him on an official capacity just recently, but he's always been there lurking in the hallways. And you know, those jokers at 343 say, hey, you know what, I know you here. But back to this shit over here, because I'm mad at a lot of people. That's why I asked Hunter if I could get on the show, so because I just been pent up. But Frank O'Connor, he said people are arguing we should be more like Bungie. He said, little do people know, it's Bungie people here, and the part that they're talking about, a Bungie guy changed it. And he said, since Halo CE, there have always been changes in Halo. Our tools got better, so we made the game better. And the changes that you see in 4 and 5, a Bungie guy did that. So what are they talking about, basically? It was a great ass interview, man. So, you know, but nobody talked about this shit. Okay. But yet, like, you know, Boom, I used to like it, but he gets mad when you challenge people on their show. If you don't know what the fuck you talking about, then don't make changes on something you don't fucking know. You know, just stop doing that shit. And those things, it's like me, 100 and 108, like, you know, our boy Vodka played the shit out of, what's that game he played that y'all trying to stop me to play? What is it? Black Desert. That's like me saying they should do something different with Black Desert and they should put race cars in this bitch. You know, I don't know this game like that, but he does. But when I know something backwards and forwards, then I'm gonna tell you about it. Like people say, this is one thing, dude, and I know a lot of people don't play this, at least a lot of podcasters that I listen to, they don't play Gears like I do. All right. I was playing Gears today, and you know how you in the doorway of whatever multiplayer shooter you playing in. And this is, I'm playing the co-op side. I'm not good enough to play multiplayer anymore. I'm 52. My reflex is not sweet like that, but I could still dunk a basketball, so I'm not that old. So fuck that.
Oh, you can still dunk?
I could still dunk. I'm gonna try and get a 2-hand next week. I'm better not do it around my daughter. She'll yell at me. But I'm in this doorway, right? And I'm on the right side of the doorway shooting across the outside of the left of the doorway. And up on this balcony is another guy shooting a rocket launcher through the door across my face to the right side, right? So he hit this post, and I know what it was he hit to kill this guy with this rocket launcher. And I know what he hit. When he hit it, you heard the boom and the light flash, and body parts flew back across the left side of the doorway. Okay. And I said, damn. And they rolled on the ground. I was like, oh shit. So I said, well, you know what? Let me see if I could shoot this. I actually shot it and it rolled some more and then exploded. Okay. But people say Microsoft hasn't showed what that Xbox Series X can do. I tell everybody all the time, if you want to see the future, play Gears, Horde on any stage. But the thing, when I went through it with you guys, 100, I had it on an easier level. If I put it on insane,
oh no, I put it, you. The only person I know that plays just as much as you is Sega Man.
Yeah, well, if me and Sega Man played, then I could take you guys up to insane
Mm.
or inconceivable and keep you guys alive. But I
My
couldn't
man,
do
my
that shit
man
by
PK
myself.
be playing that hard too.
Yeah, they be
Yeah,
playing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
PK
play
play
that shit
hard.
hard. But the physics in the game and the way that thing looks and all of the shit that comes at you on Master, we haven't seen anything move that fast without a hiccup, man. We just
Can I
haven't.
give
And
you a
look, that
little backdrop on that Gears of War work for Unreal Engine 4?
go ahead.
Gears 4 has the most effects turned on in any Unreal game simultaneously.
No
It is
shit.
pushing Unreal 4 to its limits. If you look at the Hivebusters,
Mhm.
Hivebusters is next gen.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know
It
what?
destroys a lot of games on the market.
108. When people were hyped about Hivebusters, when I saw it, I said we were already playing this shit in horde mode. And I
and then
told that to
escape.
one and escape. And I
Mhm.
told that to one of the guys, Shisno Elite. He didn't know that. And I said, Shisno, man, I said, we were in somebody's chat last week. And I said, Shisno, what you see in horde mode, it comes to the game. And when you guys saw Hivebusters, we were playing, it was this map called Pahanu. That shit dropped. Man, these motherfuckers at the coalition, they made that a parakeet a boss. The Fruit Loops bird is a damn boss. Okay? They made that shit
He
a
called him
boss.
a parakeet.
Hey, but
It's a
that's the whole
toucan.
the toucan's ass. Hey,
Tweety
108.
Bird is a parakeet.
Hey,
My bad,
108.
Zink.
No. You just really dated both of us because half the audience is not
Yeah, I'm
old enough to
49,
know
son. You
Toucan
already know.
Sam.
We was in
They
high
don't know
school
that.
together.
They don't know Toucan, man. They don't know him. But they made this dude a boss, man, and it's a cheating ass boss too. I mean, he just come out of the ground. He could come out of the ground anywhere. All right, and and this and and people and what was his name? One of the guys that good guy, but we had differences on this part. Oh damn, off the Crispy Bomb. Crispy Bomb said, Zink, Gears just put a new stage out there. I said, uh-uh. I said, no, they changed something. Hey man, look, when you running around a corner and you know that crazy ass matriarch, when the matriarch is
Yeah, I hate that.
invisible, hey, dude, well, it's invisible now sometimes on some of the maps. And
Oh,
dude, like the Predator. And when you don't see her, okay, or if I had to kill this one guy because my guy stood right next to him and he was the predator. You just couldn't see him that fast because there's so many things going on. These are the changes that they make on a weekly basis in Gears Horde. And I was telling Shisno Elite that they brought those things to the game because that's what they brought into Hivebusters. And you guys just played a little bit of what we had been playing like 4 months earlier because we always played the Horde mode, you know. So when they try and say we haven't seen anything, no, you just put it on and you'll die if you put it on master and you go through horde. You'll die and you'll die real fast. You'll die real fast, but you'll see what's coming. You know, you'll see. But it's so many things, man, that I was so mad about. And hey, 108, I want you guys in 100. If you didn't see the trailer from Horizon Zero Dawn today, I'm watching this thing. Dude, look, it's the same shit over and over again. They made the game look good in your face. Okay, and they only did this to Halo. In Halo, they look way off in the distance. Okay. Well, if you look way off in the distance in Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2 that they just showed today, you ain't gonna see shit but fog. And like I told you guys about the enemies that you see here on Gears, one enemy. And then you fight for about 2 or 3 minutes. You run in a circle through the same grass that's in Ghost of Tsushima and all of the other fucking games they have that's in Uncharted, that's in The Last of Us. It's the same field they're running around. They just put your ass on a mechanical dinosaur. And honestly, I was falling asleep. I had to rewind the shit to watch it because I was falling asleep watching this shit. And I was wide awake. I just finished lifting weights and I was falling asleep watching this shit. And then I saw 100 show pop up with 77 minutes to go. I sent them a message. I said, man, I want to get on the show today.
How you feel about it, Lemon? Because I'll go last. I got some. I'm not playing public friendship because I see a lot of that shit going on. But how you feel about it? You there? He ain't there. You come back. You come back to him. The game looked good.
Mm-hmm.
The game looked good, but I was me. The thing about it is, I tell people, I don't know if they don't believe in the man upstairs. I do. Made me go on. Shout out to my man Zobi 70. Man, you got to check out my man Zobi. You know what I'm saying? He a former PlayStation guy. And realized he was getting buffoon. And you can see the chat and you can see where people were calling things out. Like when I forgot her name, Alio. What's her name? I don't know her name.
Aloy.
You see that they stole the thing from Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets this mechanical like thing like Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
She goes underwater. She shoots like off of like Tomb Raider. So I'm sitting here like, what is a game changer? Because like I said, something different when I play Scarlet Nexus. It's a different gameplay. It might be a gameplay. It's a hack and slash to a certain extent, but they bring another gameplay. Something's where I can be hacking and slashing, hold the left trigger, and throw a truck at you.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you, 100. You don't think Scarlet Nexus plays like goddamn Control?
I don't play Control.
Well, Control plays just like that.
Too close to me.
Control plays like that.
I'm a Quantum Break dude.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Quantum Break. Yeah, hey, but one way you missed it. I don't know. You must have went somewhere. But 100 asked you, what did you think about the Horizon Forbidden West trailer?
Oh, well, I already knew the graphics was going to be tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for improvements over last gen because that's one of the graphical pinnacle games from Sony last gen, right? It's one of them that set a bar high for for Guerrilla Games. I knew the gameplay was going to be similar, right? You know what they did before, but I've seen a lot of improvements in that game visually. Like the color gamut was super rich. The textures was crazy detailed. The aiming looked way better because let's be real here. Horizon Zero Dawn aims like shit. It's horrible. But so was the original Last of Us. That aiming was horrible. But now the game looks more fluid. They took a lot out of Gears the first time with using in-game graphics for cutscenes. The shadow detail, the particle effects, the transparencies. That's what I'm looking for. Graphics. You know what I'm saying? You know what Guerrilla Games gonna bring with you in terms of gameplay. It's like saying when you see a new Gears game, what are you looking for? Of course you want the story, you know what I'm saying? But you want to see where they're gonna push these graphics. You know what I'm saying? So I was, I even made a post on Twitter about all the effects I saw, and I was like, yo, that looked crazy.
The one thing I want
the reflections from her bow and arrow on her back, that cast of the shadow. See, people don't look at stuff like that, but see, I'm a tech head, so I'm looking for that. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. Now, if the game story and all that stuff, because the first one's story was, you know what I'm saying? The gameplay was, it just looked pretty. You know what I'm saying? But I think they got the whole package this time, and hopefully they do for $70. It's not revolutionary, 100, but this is the thing. This is the thing.
But
right?
think about it. You want me to pay for a $70 game that it's going to be a one and done.
Well, that's true. I mean, that's what Sony doing. And if you buy a PlayStation 5, you either take it or leave it, or you wait for a flash sale. You know what I'm saying? Like I bought Returnal
Oh shit.
And I'm not a roguelike dude. I bought it not knowing how hard it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I like.
Hold on, 108. Because I was watching your show maybe 2 weeks ago, whenever Returnal came out, and I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody, maybe E-Rock, he's older than me, but it's only one guy I know on the internet that's been playing games as long as me, and of course, it all started with Pong. Okay,
Pong, facts.
and we didn't research it. We had Pong, one Pong game that we played for 2 years. Okay?
Facts.
We played this shit for 2 years before we got the Atari 2600 in 1978. Okay, and then we played everything in television, ColecoVision, Odyssey, and all of that shit. Now, you said a roguelike game. Honest to goodness truth. I almost called my boy Zink Griffin. That's where I got my name, Other Zink, from. Because he was a big Nintendo. Well, we all were Nintendo guys, but we eventually outgrew Nintendo. But Nintendo would not be where it is today if we were not at Miller Village at the laundromat putting quarters in Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. and shit like that. Okay, we used our mother's quarters and father's quarters to put in that damn. That's why Nintendo is as big as they are, because of our money. Hey,
but that game was hard.
It was the shit too. Now, hey, so anyway, you said roguelite, and you kept saying roguelite. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, what? I'm like, these motherfuckers attached the name to a game. I'm like, what is he talking?
It's a genre of game. It's a genre.
I'm like, you guys. I'm like, where did y'all get this name from? Never heard this shit in my life. Okay. So I'm like, where did they get this shit from? I'm like, we just played the game
from the developers. The developers made that up. But that's a style of game.
It's from the gamers, because you get. I remember hearing Dungeon Crawler when I was a kid, and we had Dungeon Crawler.
That, but not
that was a general statement that came from PC.
They do it in what you call it? They do it in fighting games. They got so many damn acronyms. It was a dude that had to make a website.
Well,
so it's many damn acronyms.
Now I'm gonna ask you this 108, since you said. Now I heard other people say it, but when you said it, I'm like, I gotta ask this motherfucker where this shit came from, right? So here's what I say. You know that, and I got this from y'all too. That Tetris game. I played that shit because y'all were talking about it. One of y'all were talking about it. It came up on the show, so I loaded that mug up, and I don't listen to here. I have a really nice stereo setup. So when I was playing this Tetris and the music kept getting amped up, I'm like, this shit is fire. So I started drinking a little bit because of 100. I started drinking a little bit. And I turned, I'm blaming it on your ass. Hey man, so I turned this shit up. I turned the bass up. So man, it's 2 a.m. now. I'm over here like I'm at the fucking club. Okay. Facts. So now the Tetris game. So you would say that's a roguelike game too.
No, because it doesn't.
That's gonna be. They're gonna put that puzzle.
They're gonna put that puzzle. Games where you basically hustle for everything, build up magics, die, and have to start all over again, are roguelike style games. Those are roguelike style games.
Like what's called is considered rogue.
Demon Souls, Dark Souls.
Flip money, not online. Say it was up to everybody.
What's up, Flip?
What up,
Baby
Flip? The legendary assassinator Flip Money.
Yeah, they consider.
I don't know what Limit talking about it. I gave my life to God, so I don't know what he's talking about.
No, but what I was saying, 100, is when a new game come out, right? Everyone takes something from another game and make it their own.
Absolutely.
There's not gonna be. It's like what I try to break it down in this other dude's podcast of a day, and I said, yo, Microsoft has the Halo controls patented from Halo 1 that anybody uses the analog stick to run with the left analog and aim with the right. Microsoft got to get a cut from every single game on the market. They patented that control scheme because before Halo, what game had that controller scheme?
The only thing that came close was Unreal Tournament on Dreamcast.
Exactly.
But you use face buttons.
You have to use the buttons.
Right.
Yep.
So what I'm telling you, when it came to left and right analog,
Yep.
the first game was Halo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what put the first person shooters in hand. So you can't say, oh, I don't see nothing special in this game, because a lot of games share game style gameplay. Right?
Hey, Lemon, that's with everything, man.
Right.
It's
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't discredit it.
Directional pad. I thought it was the directional pad that they patented. The whole setup, like the whole setup, the whole configuration of how the Xbox controller is set up. I thought they patented that. That's what I thought.
No, they patented the left run,
right analog,
left and the right for aiming. They patented that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like every game. Look at what God of War did. Right? That's Gears camera angle.
Well, also that's
over that shoulder.
Ninja Gaiden. And because Ninja Gaiden, and you know, that's why I never liked God of War as much as I did Ninja Gaiden. And I can't get into God of War because the enemy AI is nothing like Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden, you out there fighting for real.
You know, Ninja Gaiden could be a roguelike game too, that people don't want to say that. Because but the only thing, you don't die, you don't lose all your weapons, but you die, you go damn near back to the beginning too.
Yeah, well, you don't.
That game is hard as hell. The game is hard.
You better say
easy, smooth, cool. They had to put that mode in there.
Special, easy, cool.
Yeah, they had
that game is hard.
Yeah, they had to put one of them. Because I remember that first boss on Ninja Gaiden, the original on Xbox. And I thought after I beat him, it took me about 2 hours of beating.
Facts.
I thought
that had roguelike in it too, but it's not a roguelike game, but it surely got a lot of it in it. That game was hard as shit.
You know how we had to leave our console on back in the day.
Oh
it didn't have no damn save.
Yeah, because we had no save points.
But you know what? But you know, that's life mimics other things. Like, I thought nobody would be better than Dr. J. And then Jordan shows up. I'm like, who is this? You know, Jordan, you know, takes over. And it's that flashy guy that we like to name. My father was like, no, boy, you had Connie Hawkins that played like Dr. J. And and Elgin Bale and all of these cats, right? With these canvas cons.
Ice Reynolds.
Yeah, you know, the cheap ass shoes, you know. But
can you imagine that playing running up and down the court, some goddamn Converse?
And some
hell no.
The Chucks. I don't know. I remember running from the police in some Chucks. No, and I jumped off of a roof.
Nah, you wasn't wearing the Chucks they wearing.
Man, that was wood.
You wasn't wearing them Chucks. Them Chucks was rubber and nothing.
Rubber
and some fabric.
Yeah,
I got some Chuck Taylors now. I put them on. They all comfortable and all feel good. I'm like, woo! I wish we'd have had this back in the day.
But you got me with that one. I'm like roguelike. I'm like, okay, well, you know, this shit. Hey, but Flip, we were talking about, and you know, and Lemon was talking about 100. And I talking about. Did you see the video? And 108, you were talking about how technically you look at things. I do the same thing, and like I was telling Hunter when we were in the green room here, I'm looking at. If we look at Horizon Zero Dawn through that Hubble telescope that's at the top of that mountain in Chile at the highest point in the world, and we looking in the outer space at Halo Infinite that everyone looked through, let's look at Horizon Forbidden West through that and look at the background of this damn game. And tell me what you see. And then you know how you see ain't shit but fog back there.
I see nothing but fog.
And nothing but fog. You can't see shit. And then you come back around and you say, okay, how many enemies are on screen? Where are they at? You never.
You mean all at once or when
all at once. You never have a lot of enemies on screen.
On screen, the most they probably will ever have. You probably would go. The highest would probably be like 5, and that's pushing it.
And then when you the more enemies you have on screen, your visuals go down.
That's a fact.
Like Gran Turismo, they don't like to say it. Digital Foundry will show it to you one time, and then all of a sudden the video will disappear. It's there, but you have to look for it. No matter how many cars you see on track on Forza, it never drops. Is that shit gonna look like the cars that look outside, even when you bunched up in the corner? But when you get those cars on Gran Turismo,
they draw in as you get closer.
That shit drop. Okay.
Oh,
But see,
it draws in as you get closer to the cars in the distance. Like they're different. They did the Mario stuff. Like if you look at Mario Odyssey, right? The NPCs when you're walking around the city, if you look down the street, they're not really NPCs. They're images of NPCs that's animated.
Yeah.
And as you get closer, it draws it in.
It comes in.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But your production goes down.
Still pictures.
All of that.
It's something like that. It's something like that.
Yeah, they still pictures. I see it. You can pull it up and see it, and they'll show you nothing but like still pictures. Then they get closer, then they'll start moving a little. It's like the animation.
The Switch has to do that. It don't have the horsepower to render the whole screen.
Nope.
But why does Gran Turismo do that? I don't know.
Thank you. And then and here's the thing, 108, and like you were saying, man, I mean, we look at so much shit in the game. Okay. I mean, sometimes we'll stop and we're like, damn, look at that. I've died in Gears because I got caught looking at the wall. I'm like, look at this shit, and then, I'm dead because I'm over here looking at the game. I get caught looking, at the game. But
I played Gears in even that first, even in the story mode, that first scene where the water's coming down.
Oh,
and all that, I'm like, that's gorgeous.
But Gears 5 on Xbox Series S ain't nothing. That is nothing what they could do. That just was a couple of upgrades. That was really nothing.
They had that thing looking.
That Hivebusters, now that's crazy. That's a whole different level of gaming.
Yes,
it was good that we got the Xbox Series X up, small update. But it, okay, when you jump in the beginning and you scaling down and you don't see nothing pop in, that's all cool. But that Hivebusters.
It's a joke.
That's a different ball game. That's a different ball game.
People say you just getting it for minor upgrades. I'm like, look, I played my Series X after I played my 1X after I played the Series X. I'm like, no, I'm never doing this shit again. No, never doing that again. So it's a big difference. But you look at the background next time, 108, when you watch that Horizon Forbidden West again. You just start looking around back there. And I hate how, you play for a couple minutes and you watch a movie. Play for a couple minutes, watch a movie. And I mean, it just goes on, rinse and repeat. Play for a couple minutes.
But that's what most of their games, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima does the same thing.
Yeah, that's why I don't
get Solid 4. You had more video than gameplay.
It was a full movie.
Remember you talking to the guy with the guns? That conversation's an hour long.
Yeah, it's an hour and 15 hours.
Right. I said, what the?
They do that in writing.
I went to sleep.
They do that in writing. You go talk to the black dude.
I went to sleep and woke up. He still was talking.
108, you said that on a podcast one time, a long time ago, and you said that same thing, and
that's
laughed
a fact,
my
though.
ass off.
I'm like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? And then when it first came out, you couldn't skip it, and then everybody started complaining.
Yeah.
Then they put in a patch where you can skip that crap. Come on, man, Jesus Christ. You watching the game more than you playing it. All your cutscenes longer than the game.
Talking about something, but you ain't talking about shit.
That dude explained how to do everything to a gun, but kiss it. That was like
in your gun.
I said, what is this? Like, goddamn. That was one thing, and that game was something I really remembered. And Wind Waker, the Zelda, where you had to do the sailing. Holy cow!
They just had you sailing for myself.
They had you sailing for no reason. Even when they did the remake on the Switch, I think it was the Switch or the Wii U, they cut that shit out.
Wii U.
They cut the water. Like You was like sailing and get right to the point. You know, sail for like 3 minutes and get to the point. You was sailing for 20 minutes and saw nothing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? 108. I wanted to say something to you too. You had hip hop on your show the other week, okay? And I'm listening, and I'm so glad you didn't fold in there. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I didn't what?
You didn't fold. You know, you were diplomatic. You had a guest on. You were diplomatic.
Plus, he's my personal friend. So on top of that,
well, you know,
I'm your personal friend. I cuss your ass out too.
Yeah. So anyway, so you had hip hop on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's over here comparing Ratchet and Clank
to Halo.
And I wish I had a camera on my black ass that day. And I'm not with the light skinned team. I'm flip money. We dark, not too dark skinned. Right? So anyway, man, I wish somebody would have saw my ass. I folded my arms. I leaned back in my seat. I looked at my phone and I said, Lemon, what the fuck are you gonna say to this shit right here? So I'm looking at Lemon, you know. And
if you notice, if you look back at that video, you're gonna see me on my phone texting down. I had, because dudes tried to go off on him, so I made my man 6-layer. You know,
I wouldn't even say anything. I didn't even comment.
I made him not. But everybody got an opinion. That don't mean
everyone has an opinion.
Right,
but dude,
right.
You handled it so well. You were like, nah, man. I mean, and that's as well as you could handle it. And I knew where you were going, and I could appreciate that. And because you're like, no, bro, we're not gonna do that.
Right.
You know, and like Hunter and I were talking and before the show started. And I told Hunter, I said, man, I've been wanting to get on the show for the longest time, but I got hit over the head, abducted and drugged to the movies a couple times and shit, So yeah, man, it's just fucked up, real life jump in the way of what we supposed to be doing, which is gaming and shit. So anyway, Hunter and I talking, and I told Hunter I was a little upset, and I was, always try and support minorities first. So the Iron Lords is one of the podcasts that I really like, except for this bullshit slow-mo backslap pulled on me, and it got me banned for a second. I could still comment, but they gave me a timeout. But I'm not gonna let you come in here and talk stupid shit and sneak out of here, right? So I don't have to call you a name, but we're gonna go back and forth hard, right? So anyway, but what I told 100 that I don't like where things are going. That's why I commended you for how you handled hip hop. Y'all boys, hip hop is all right, but he is Master Sony. And dude, you can't compare the 17th iteration of Ratchet and Clank that's still not $1 billion franchise to anything with the Master Chief associated with it. Okay. You handled it well. So they had Jason Schreier on, right? And I cannot stand this dude. Okay. And I followed Jason Schreier a long time. I know what he does. I know what he's about. Right. So the one thing that I didn't like is that they put him too much on a pedestal because he has a journalism degree. And I told 100, I said, I'll match my business administration, business marketing degree, 2 of them, with an economics minor on his journalism degree all day. I knew how to write when I was in kindergarten. Okay. So I can write. All right. That's cool. You just like to write a lot. All right. So they put him on this pedestal that I didn't appreciate. And I even had it out with Paris Lilly, okay, a long time ago, because Godfrey was doing podcasts before everybody. So I was in the chat, and this is when the Xbox hate was brewing, right? So Paris was hard on Xbox, and I was hard back at him, right? So Godfrey jumped in the chat and said, hey, if you can't stop disrespecting my panel members, then you're just gonna have to excuse yourself from the show. I said, Godfrey, reread everything that I wrote. I never said anything about Paris personally. I just disagreed with him. And that's the thing. If you disagree with somebody now, especially defending the Xbox, now it's a problem. Okay. So Paris was in the chat, right? When Jason Schreier was on the Iron Lord show. And Paris put a comment out and he said, Jason, you and I had a misunderstanding. And
I saw
yeah, and one of the guys brought it up and was like, hey, we're gonna figure this out, right? And that punk ass Jason Schreier said, well, if you apologize, then I can see what we can do about it, and we could see what happened, and I can unblock you. I'm like, this motherfucker, who the fuck does he think he is? You know, dude, I was in such a rage.
He's in a rage.
I'm not kidding, man. I was so pissed. I'm like, I wanted to put in the comment section, Paris, fuck that dude. I mean, dude, hey, you look, it'll take me I was really hot. And So Shady was, I told Hunter, So Shady was in the chat that day and he was going in. And one of the panel, one of the guys, what do you call it? Moderators, said something to So Shady. I said, hey, what does So Shady do? I'm like, everything So Shady saying is correct, you know, because Jason Schreier was talking about the Xbox employee, that the 343 employee that been there for 8 years. And an interview came out, and they weren't even talking about that. He was empowering people to do game design or something. And this little segment came out and it was written in Mandarin. So when it was translated, it said some things that went the wrong way. Okay, so this dude gave a 15-minute podcast and he didn't read shit. He was looking at the camera the whole damn time. Okay, and he explained himself. And Jason Schreier was saying, no, that's not how it went. I'm like, and I put in the comment section, I said, that guy wrote all of you that had a comment about him and invited you to have a conversation with him. And Jason Schreier said, because he read my comment and he said, no, he never called me. And I said, yes, he did. I was like, yes, he did. He did call. He wrote to everyone and nobody called this dude back. They had their shit and they had their what they needed to get clicks. They weren't looking for the truth. They weren't looking for it. They didn't care about it. They had what stuck. And then what's pissing me off, and I'm listening to a few other YouTubers that, you know, a few of my Halo people with over with the damn million subs, and they say Jason Schreier is coming out with a piece on Crunch and 343 and all of this shit. And I'm like, they empowering this motherfucker, you know, and it's just really setting my hair on fire, dude. I mean, just setting my hair completely on fire.
You know what? I don't got nothing against them, dude, but yeah, it seemed like they was sucking his dick. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. They was sucking his dick.
Guy.
They was sucking that boy dick. That boy's a
put him
fucking
on
liar.
too much of a pedestal, man. And I caught this dude in so much bullshit. He's one of the ones that was talking about this RDNA 3 shit and talking about how powerful the PS5 is. That shit don't look too powerful to me.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And then you want to talk all of this bullshit about 4K and all of this stuff, and now this shit is 1080p. I'm like, this is your game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't blame this on another developer. No, this is your game is 1080p upscale to 4K. You know,
ladies and gentlemen, this is Preacher Zink talking right now. So y'all need
hey
to
man,
listen.
sometimes
Go to
let
Xbox
this shit.
versus the Xbox. Go to Xbox Bible and go to Halo verse 17:1179 because he's preaching right now.
Sometimes I want to do what 108 and them say, and we all just gaming, but I remember all of the bullshit. And you know, like people talk about Kinect, and 108 came in talking business. Hey man, let me tell you something. The Kinect was successful. Okay. And one of the guys, I listened to a podcast the other day, and somebody, no, it was somebody in the chat. They said, I think Philly Eagle said that his kids love Kinect. And I told y'all the last time one of the times I was on here, I was in the garage because my daughter and her friend played Kinect all summer long. I had 11 Kinect games, only Sonic Riders didn't work properly. And for everybody that say the Kinect was a failure and you laugh about it,
the highest sold
said,
third party peripheral in the
in
world.
the history of
Guinness
peripherals.
Book of World Records.
Hey, not only that, Lemon, let's go a step further. Let's keep going with this shit.
Hold on, let me say one thing before I gotta step off and do this contract for this party. So just give me a couple minutes. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay. So, but to piggyback off of what Lemon was saying, it's even successful after that because Microsoft said, okay, you guys are too immature to realize how powerful that Kinect actually was.
The first one, or you talking about the second one?
The second one. You could even walk around a room, that thing not move, but the camera would follow you. Okay. But it was so successful, you could get the next version of the Kinect. It's just going to cost you $3,500. That's all. Doctors use it to perform surgery. So tell me, how shitty was it, Ryan McCaffrey? That piece of shit. Ryan McCaffrey is a piece of shit.
Who, Shaggy?
Okay.
Come on, Shaggy though.
And you know what? Hey, while I'm at Shaggy is some bullshit. And can't nobody tell me, no, you haven't been. No, I remember his very first day. Okay. Because he when he first started working with Xbox magazine, he's like, oh, I got to get an Xbox. Because he was a PC guy, you know, but he had to get Xbox. But let's go to and like Hunter and I were talking, Flip, before the show started. I mean, I'm listening to everything that's going on, and I won't comment on a lot of podcasts. It's only a few podcasts that I will not live without if I could help. Number one, I'm gonna try and find 100. If he pop up, I'm in here. Then I like PTK Blam. I like his shit. I like dealer shit. And if I could get into grown women gaming, I'll listen to their shit. But Jeff Keighley, everybody is jocking this dude, man, like we need this motherfucker. I can't believe this shit. And they talking about what he's done for gaming.
Jeff Keighley used to get bombed by the Tina Twins on G4.
Thank you. Hey, let me tell you
people
something.
Don't even understand. They used to body him.
You know what I said in the chat to shut everybody up, and they knew I knew my shit. When it was like nobody's better, I said Adam Sessler and Victor Lucas would destroy Jeff Keighley.
Not just him. Not just him.
Yeah, I know, not just him. It's more Adam Ferrero,
Morgan Webb. You said Victor Lucas, and you also whatchamacallit?
Tommy Tallarico.
You got Tommy Tallarico.
Yeah,
Tommy. His boys still do they show.
You know what Tommy Tallarico do, right?
Electric Playground.
Yeah, but
you know what he does, right?
Playground.
Hold on. You know what he does, right?
Which one?
You know, Tommy, you know what he really does, right?
Yeah.
Video game music.
Yes, he make video game music too. A lot of games that we play, a lot of people don't know that shit. They're like, what?
They still got electronic playground. But thing about it is they too publicly correct. They don't say what they. Tommy didn't care.
Tommy didn't. Yeah, Tommy ain't.
He was a big PlayStation guy.
Like everybody want to play nice with everybody. So what's wrong with me? Have an opinion. If I don't like this, I don't like this. You can't force me to like it. But I'm not going to tell you not to buy it.
No, and you know what? Hey, the funniest
thing, Biomutant. People running with Biomutant. Everybody I know that touched Biomutant, they was like, man, this shit is fire.
It is.
Only reason I ain't bought Biomutant because I had to go to the office the next 2 days, and the other I wanted to play it this weekend, and I'm getting into it. But they go use a Metacritic, and gamers need to stop using Metacritic and some of these reviews because they don't even finish these games. They don't play those games.
Metacritic ain't shit.
They play about 15 minutes to 20 minutes of them damn games and call it a day.
Yeah. I said
that's how they get their score. That's how they get their score. And people don't even realize. They're like, what? Yes. I said it. Flip Money said it. They play 15 minutes. They play 15 to 20 minutes of the game and they stop.
Flip, the penalties came in earlier. I don't give two shits about Biomutant. You gave a shit before. You don't give a shit because it don't run in native 4K.
They lucky
That's
I
not
can't
their
see
fault.
that chat. I don't want to push a button and get kicked out of here, but I can't see
You
the
on your
chat.
I
phone?
don't kick nobody out.
Wasn't
Nothing. I
on your
say what the
Yeah,
phone.
I'm
hell
on
I
my
want
phone.
to say when I want to say it. I got full control of everything I have. I keep it a buck. That's why they call me 100. Some
Yeah, hey,
I don't
dude.
play with I don't play with everybody need to like me and this and that. They already consider myself a quote crumb side, and I ain't talked about nobody in a while. I'm gonna start talking about some
Dude, let me
motherfuckers.
tell you something. And I thought about this shit. And, I listened to y'all the other week. And I'm like, when I listen to all of this shit that I'm not liking, I said, I know where I can say my shit because he don't give a damn about all of this other shit. So I said here because nobody else don't want to hear that. A couple other shows, they'll listen to it, but nobody is going to talk about it like this right here.
They're not going to talk about it because they don't want to bother. You got to have some thing about it. This is what we were talking about this shit the other night, Flip. Everybody wants the young youth talk about now. They need the clout and all this other stuff. A lot of these guys don't have insiders.
No,
they talk. Yeah. I remember, Flip, I said what I do. And I played the game the other day. I said I called when Microsoft was going to have they show us it's going to be on Sunday Watch. I ain't go around and tell them, no, I was right, because I don't need to tell you I was right.
Dude, man,
and
I'm glad you kept talking shit, 100. You just made me remember. You know who else don't know shit? That Jeff Grubb. Man, this dude don't
I didn't know what Jeff Grubb looked like until this week. Yeah, he need Jenny Craig and Jenny Jones.
You caught me off guard with that shit. You don't know nothing about no Jenny Jones.
I don't know about that. He meant to say Jenny Craig. Yo, you stupid.
No, I said Jenny Craig and Jenny Jones.
Oh, Jenny Jones.
Yeah, go Jenny Jones and say why what's going on with himself. And then you go to Jenny Craig so he can go, man, that man.
Jenny Jones was a talk show host.
Said this.
I know. Jenny Jones, the talk show host, that got sued because the boy killed himself over some. That shit, long story.
Yeah, long story.
So that's a long story.
Yeah, but hey, so they were talking about Jeff Grubb one time, and he was on. He wasn't on the show. I wouldn't have said this because I'm just not gonna disrespect you like that. Like when Ryan McCaffrey was on the Iron Lord show. I said at the beginning of the show, I said, I'm not going to comment on this show, but I'm listening in because I don't have shit good to say about Ryan McCaffrey. Okay. But back to what Jeff Grubb. So one of the guys said, he has the greatest hair. I said, Jeff Grubb need a haircut.
He had the greatest what?
Hair.
Man, Jeff Grubb looked like the Neanderthal. No,
he looked like a cave man.
What the hell his hair got to do? I
watch a lot of Bush people that's in the what do you call it? They in the bush.
Bushman, people that
I
just
watch a lot of them shows on YouTube. That's why I go to sleep off of just in case the world go to hell. I know how to make a fire. You know what I'm saying? I thought it's gonna get programmed in my head. So I'm sitting here like.
Yeah, man, he don't know shit.
I saw him this week, and I'm like, "This is Jeff," because I used to get people saying, "Me, this is what Jeff Grubb said," and
this
I'm like,
"Jeff Grubb said," and then like, he tried to back out of saying, Boogie
little brother.
No, not that way. He tried to back out of saying Starfield was coming out 2021. And he said it was coming out 2022. Whatever, man. Nobody knows. But when they first said Starfield should come out this year, because that'd be a killer lineup, I put in the chat, I said, business-wise, that's a horrible move. You will never see Starfield and Halo in the same quarter. The games are too big. It's 5 stages to Halo or more. Okay, no other game except for Call of Duty would have something like that. All right, the game is too big. It's 2 games that are huge. 3: Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Halo. There are several components. Well, Battlefield to a lesser extent because it's not as big as the others.
It's not as big as Call of Duty.
What I'm saying is you don't have a campaign co-op in Battlefield, and then you have a Forge mode. They have the multiplayers, but Forge mode is a different thing. I mean, you really creating some shit and inviting people, and they playing your shit you created. Okay, it's just too many facets. Now, Battlefield is going to be bigger because I think it's one part of it is going to be bigger because what did they say? It's something that it's going to be like 100 people on the battlefield or some crazy shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Battlefield ain't been good. Me and Battlefield ain't been good to each other. I played the story. You know what? The last two Battlefields, I even beat the story.
Hey man, I used to like Battlefield a long time ago. And then I saw a couple things that looked kind of generic when I was playing Call of Duty, and you jump on Battlefield, and I'm like, that shit ain't running right. I don't like
Battlefield, to me, Battlefield is more realistic than
now it is.
Now I've been smoking on Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie. I talk a whole lot of shit about
you know
that game.
You know where Battlefield was promoting. This is the difference between Battlefield and Call of Duty. Battlefield more so promote destructible environment. How you can blow up stuff and get killed off of stuff getting blown up or whatever. Because that's what Battlefield was focusing on. Like you can blow up damn near anything in Battlefield. Building walls.
And you know what? And I'm gonna get the next one. I'm gonna get the next one because I haven't played Battlefield in so long. I'm just gonna get it. You know, whether I'll play it a lot or not, I'm gonna get the game just because of what you just said, Flip. And I know that's what it's about. And you know, I like the war games. You know, like what's our guy Savage? You know, man, I love the military games. You know, I really like them. And I'm just gonna get Battlefield just because. I hope it's good. You know, I hope it could keep.
Yeah, I hope it's in modern times. I need something in modern times. It don't. I'm tired of the World War IIs. I'm tired of fighting Vietnam. I'm tired of fighting all that shit. I want some. Just give me some regular damn weapons and make up a sport. No, because when they did Modern Warfare, it felt good. When they brought back
Hunter right though, Flip. He caught me off guard again.
Cold working. Only reason I ain't played Cold War because they got me playing this damn multiplayer, and I've been hooked because all the skills I use in Halo, because I've been playing this. I was playing the shit out of Halo. I use in Call of Duty because I don't camp and only play two modes. I play domination and I play team deathmatch. You can have all the rest. They be trying to throw me in hard points sometime and all that, but that's my thinking. I can go to war. I think me and Vodka went on one night. Shoot, I think we run around like we went what 10. We went like 10-2. We were just laying people down.
Yeah, see, I ain't shit no more in multiplayer, man. I'm not that quick. Well, I'm good enough to hold my own.
Being quick. It's not even about the twitch. It's the thing about how you can set somebody. Think about when you're playing Halo. Halo, you got to constantly move around. Titanfall, you have to constantly move somebody around. If you're gonna sit there and you're gonna camp,
you're dead.
I'm gonna bring Camp Snoopy to you because I know where you at, and keep on going back there.
Yeah, well, you know, my kids stopped me from playing. You know, my daughter getting first, and my son is just unstoppable. I'm like, fuck this, I'm out.
No, my son don't even want to play with me.
Done.
I said, you're gonna teach Dad some tricks. He tried to hit me with red off of what you call it, off of what you call the movie. My man said my office hours from 9 to 5. I said, you gonna tell your dad that?
Yeah, that's one time I missed your show. I went to see that one movie with that white dude that's always whooping somebody's ass. He just had a movie. It was damn.
You talking about my man, old boy, European boy. Talking about the European dude. He played it. He talking about old boy that played in he played as Qui-Gon in Star Wars.
His new movie that
my man from Taken.
Yeah,
I think so. They killed his son.
What's his name? Vodka.
Lee Enzo. I can't. It's some Liam.
I can't. Liam.
Liam, what you call it? I can't say it.
I know
Whatever. He was whooping a whole lot of ass in this movie too, boy. I missed the show because of that. I went out Saturday night, and then I went out again to see the Tom Clancy movie with the Black Panther guy.
Oh yeah, see, you have to go to the movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, I might be wrong. Baca said Jason. You talking about
no,
Jason
it's
Statham or something.
No, it's Liam. Or it's Jason Statham.
That's his name. Yeah, him. Yeah. That movie
that's
good.
That's what you call it. That's the car guy.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Good movie, man. Good movie. I missed the show because of that, and because of the Black Panther that played in the one movie, Tom Clancy's something.
They got that in the movie.
No, that's I think that was in the movie.
No.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. I saw that at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chick came over. I watched that.
I fell asleep on it at the end.
Yeah.
Because I stayed up with Flip and them talking shit.
No, don't blame that on me. Don't blame that on me.
Yeah, we was back.
I was asleep. I don't know what you're talking about. I was asleep that night.
Oh yeah, so that's when y'all messed the show up and y'all had the show again Monday or Tuesday?
No. What happened was that wasn't my fault. I mean, it was my fault because I forgot to see
you were apologizing for something, 100.
Yeah, if you got Chrome, you got multiple tabs up, right? I just killed off StreamYard off the tab.
You talking about Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, when you deleted the show.
Yeah, when that show I deleted because something told me to wake up at 4 a.m. Sick hit me up. My son hit me up and like, Dad, it's 8 hours. I said, what you doing up? I was like, oh, I'm over here playing this game. I said, all right. And so I go look at it. And so I tried to get it cut up. I tried to cut it up. And they told me it was going to take 72 hours for them to have all my video together. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was ready to erase it. I'm not going to have nobody doing that. And I didn't remember. I was one of my super drunk nights. But
yeah, well, Live Wires cussed your ass out when y'all came back on about that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I ended up getting, so you got to see what StreamYard is. StreamYard, the thing about it, I can start a show for you on my channel and I can leave and it's still running on my channel. I don't have to be there. I just have to start it. Mm-hmm. I can give you full control. So I didn't hit in broadcast. I just took it out because I went into my Google, which call you if you leave the browser, it kills the whole podcast. It'll kill the whole stream. StreamYard doesn't do that. And so Pop was like, man, you was over there snoring.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, I was listening to y'all. I was like, man, I got to get on this show because I got to air some things out. I'm just so mad. And like, it was one more thing I was going to say that people were talking about. And I think Flip brought it up on one of the shows. Oh, here's another one. Like, everybody was talking about Jeff Keighley's show versus E3. I'm like, look, I don't know what everybody is trying to collude to, but if it were not an online only show, Sony wasn't gonna be there. So what was Jeff gonna do then? And if Jeff is so great, if Jeff Keighley and everybody think Jeff Keighley is so great, and if they think he can outdo E3, those guys at the ESA, if they really think that, why don't he have his show in May? Why don't he have his show in August? Okay. Or why don't he have his show the same time as E3 and overpower it and see what's going to happen? Why don't he do that shit then? Instead of going, okay, my show is going to start on the 10th and 11th. And then what you going to do when Microsoft had a shit with the ESA? Dude, I can't wait to see what happens next year when the pandemic lifts, because everybody is going to the games except for 100 state of California with their crazy
we end on what you call it.
They said they're gonna have it in New York next year.
Yeah, we open completely up on the 15th of next month.
Okay. So wait, who's
full
gonna have
everything?
they talking about having E3 in New York?
No, I'm just fucking with Bone. I'm just fucking with
Oh,
Bone.
I was about to say,
we having full capacity on the 15th. Everything.
Okay.
Only thing is,
other than
you might get only thing about it is it's weird. You might get sectioned off. You probably get better tickets because them prices is high as fuck. I was trying to go to a Laker game. He's trying to charge me $1,500 a ticket. I said,
other thing, if they was to bring it in New York, me and you be right there. me and you Lawai, and
but y'all got what you call it. I don't mind coming out there. Y'all got what you call it.
Bone, stop crying.
Y'all got
cry, nigga. Huh? It ain't about what we got. It ain't about
no,
what
but
we
you
got.
guys got what you call it. I want to go to PAX. I've never been to PAX. I wanted to travel to the different PAX.
Where PAX at? I never where PAX was at. Where PAX at?
PAX is East Coast, New York.
Yeah, it's somewhere over there.
PAX travels.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you got PAX in the Southwest and in the South, and then you got PAX in the East. So, and the last one now they make it in the West. That's in Seattle.
Yeah, hey, I even had a bone to pick with Lemon. I got mad at him because he said something about going to E3 and going to the shows at E3, and I'm like, I don't want to go to E3. I said I like sitting here. I actually do take off that week of E3, and I just watch everything, you know, and at home. And when Lemon was going off on when Lemon was going off on everybody about attending E3, I said and true story, only reason I want to go to E3 is to eat at Hunters barbecue. That's it. You know, I don't have to go to the show, but
thing about it, we just don't go just to the show.
I know y'all go hang out. I know,
we hang out, but we hang out with. Okay, we hang out with the Iron Lords, but it's some things that is private. It's private where nobody don't know where we at. I ain't gonna lie, Ball. Put it on.
E3, I just want to come over there and pick with the chick that like putting her fingers in your nose.
I heard that.
We go to we go to bars. Like I said, you don't got to drink or whatever. And
you know what? Right, and you know what? Live, y'all were doing a show, and live. It seemed like Live Wires and I were the only two in the chat. And Live Wires type, he said, and it seemed like, you know, when your ass used to get in trouble when you little and you're on punishment, you can't go outside and all the kids out having fun and shit, and you looking out the window like, damn, I'm missing out on this fun and shit, right? Live Wires typed in the chat, he's like, man, it looked like y'all having so much fun out there.
Oh, was that the Spire?
I don't know where y'all were, man. Y'all was somewhere at an Xbox party.
That's the highest. That's what we do. Thing about it is we don't tell nobody where we at until the end, like close to, because you don't know, because you know you got these little funny dudes, you know what I'm saying, and I don't need to bring the 6-car pile up with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So that was funny though.
I'll wait till dinner, everybody's there, and then I went live. And the year before I tried to, and I couldn't do it. That year they hooked up the cell towers, and then since we spent so much, they gave us the internet. So I jumped on their internet, and that's how I went live.
Yeah, man, and it did. It looked like y'all were having so much fun, dude. And
like hip hop was there. I mean, it was a bunch of people there.
I know.
We just thing about it is when we get together, people don't say when we get to E3, ain't no, I'm an everybody know I'm an Xbox guy, but I'm like, I'm a PlayStation guy or this and that. When hip hop gamers like, man, it's my honor. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this ain't no honor, man. Just because we got a different opinion, man, you know.
Right.
I don't care. That's what I do on the interweb. I'm trying to have a good time, and then I was already drinking, and then at the end of the night, 108, we saw our bills. Like, what the fuck? What off my
Hey,
shit?
but you know what? 100, you right, and then, but you know something, man. We were at, they had a Microsoft event here in Chicago. Okay, and my boy got off work and he was like, man, we going. And before I could say no, this motherfucker was at the door, right? so
sounds like a Lemon move.
This motherfucker was at
where
the
you
door.
at? Downstairs.
Yeah, right. Ain't it? You know, shit. So, you know, we went out to Chicago and it was, you know, it was a nice setup, man. They had green lights and shit everywhere. And we talked to that big ass head Microsoft joker. What's his name that everybody try and hate on? The main Xbox spokesperson.
Major Nelson.
Major
Aaron
Nelson.
Greenberg.
Major Nelson.
Major Nelson.
And
Meathead.
Major
He talking
Nelson?
about me. He talking about Meathead. Major Nelson. Meathead. Major Nelson. His
Major
head look like a
Nelson. And
meat.
you know what? So, and you know, you want to keep everything like you having fun, but dude, I bullshit you not. And my boy had pictures of me talking to Major Nelson. And I talked to him one time, and then he came back around and he found us at the Forza machine.
He's a
and
solid
we
dude.
Talked some
Let me
more.
just say that for the record.
Because I talked to him business strategy, and I told him what I did in college. I told him I said, yeah, I'm a crazed fan, but I do have a marketing degree. And we started talking about. I told him what I thought they should do with Forza and promote this thing because it's something that Sony can't do. So he came back around to the Forza area and he actually struck up a conversation with me again. So man, we talked strategy for about another 15 minutes. I kid you not. I still got pictures with him, me and Major Nelson just talking about what they should do with Forza.
Hey, but Zeke, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Do the other people interact with their fans?
Man,
Interact, not iterate.
I mean, interact. Man, I had a long day today. I'll tell y'all about that shit later.
Hey man, hey, forget that punch in the ribs that 108 just gave you. I know what you're saying.
He gonna get
Vodka said you need to leave your buddy, your old college buddy, Jeff Kelly home.
Hey man, they better not get me
hang
started
on. Hang on. Let me get through that. Jeff and what you calling them? They be hitting. They don't come out talking to nobody.
Yeah, and you know, and see, and when I hear people say,
I can't say that. He had a conversation with me.
Who? No, you talked to him at another. When you talked to Jeff.
Hey man,
I got the pictures to show. Remember when I posted?
No, we're talking about at E3.
I talked to him at E3.
When was this?
In 18.
About this shit?
That's
the first time I known about this shit.
Yeah, I had a conversation when I was playing Willow and the Wisp. Yes.
Oh well, shit. Now.
Hey man, 108.
That down there by Sea of Thieves also.
Hey, look, man, Major Nelson. It was like nobody. We all knew who he was, but he was mingling. He was mingling with people like nobody knew who he was. But we knew because we got out of line to take pictures with him. Okay, and then I talked to him then, and once I got out of line, he found us, and man, we had a conversation like, all right, hey, I'll meet you at the meeting next week and shit. Okay,
I mean, solid.
It was
Be
cool.
disrespecting him. They sound stupid.
Yeah, man.
They sound real stupid.
Cool, man.
He's cool.
Yep, he was. He sure was.
Been an Xbox over 20-something years.
Get his ass on. If he worked 18 hours that day, he might get negative. The first time I met him was at a private party, and they were just finishing doing Inside Xbox, their version. Wasn't even called Inside Xbox at the time. And I understand because if I've been working for 18 hours, I don't. You know, it was people was like, well, he just shunning people off, and some people know him more than that I did at the time. Mm-hmm. And he's being an asshole. I'm like, you gotta understand. If I work 18 hours,
right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. He's sitting off and off this goddamn stage, doing all this. You gotta kind of put that in.
And you're busy, and you're on a schedule, and your PR man is doing this. Your manager's making you do this. They think these people don't got a team around them. All right.
And they got things to do and
places
all right,
Major to Nelson, we gotta go here. We gotta be here by 2 o'clock. We gotta be here by 1:30. We gotta be here by 7. It's a different lifestyle. And some of these gamers in this whole generation, they need to just pump their goddamn brakes. I'm tired of them threatening developers. I'm tired of them talking about Microsoft money, Sony money. You got a 9 to 5 making $15 an hour. You shouldn't be talking about nobody's money. Nobody's
and you
money.
know, and Lemon, I know you've gone through this.
Don't know marketing. You know what I'm saying? Just
right.
play
and
the goddamn games. Love your platform.
I know you've gone through this more than we have, because being in New York, I bet you've seen a lot more people than we've seen. And I've seen a lot of people in Chicago, but you know, I when I come across somebody, like I met Heavy D in Las Vegas on spring break when I was in college.
Dude.
And I'm like, damn, my girlfriend and we walking down the street, and I'm like, damn. And I look, I'm like, you heavy. You know, and I'm like, you heavy. And he looked around, and his boys, you know, they were chilling. And I'm, you know, my girlfriend and we was just looking. I'm like, man, this is heavy. You know, I'm not gonna go crazy over dude, you know, because we just finished rocking this shit in my Camaro driving down the damn street.
He said,
so
my
the overweight
Camaro.
love of Heavy D. So now we see this big motherfucker walking down the street. So I'm like, man, you heavy. So we paused for a second. We couldn't believe we standing here next to this dude, right? And he was like, hey, man, we're going to be hanging out at this party down the street, you know, in a couple hours. You know, y'all more than welcome. So we was like, yeah, we'll do that. You know, we looked, man, and we just walked on, you know. But, you know, I always respect people's space if they're a celebrity like that, because, you know, people always jumping over them, you know, and if you come say something to them, then you know, I just don't want to infringe. Like I ran into Walter Payton. He had a Club 34s up here in Schaumburg. And, you know, I had 2 drinks. So, and it was an after work set. I just got off work at Nestle. I was a sales rep at Nestle at the time. So, you know, I had a nice suit on and everything. And so I'm walking around the corner, and here comes Cindy Crawford. I'm like, what the fuck? All she had on was a t-shirt, some jeans, some sandals. Man, she was bad as hell. I'm like, damn. I said, hey, how you doing? She's like, hey, how's it going? She walked on. So I turn over here, and there's Walter Payton. Walter Payton is the shortest motherfucker in the world. And it took me by surprise to look down and see this dude. He was short, but yet he was wide. I'm like, this motherfucker runs over people like that? You know, I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, damn, Walter Payton. And he was like, yeah, and he was smiling, and, you know, we just struck up a conversation, and I got these 2 drinks. I wanted to put them down to shake dude's hand, you know, because, you know, you play in the backyard in the 70s, you know, you watch Walter Payton play, and then, you know, it could be snowing outside here. So, you know, you go out, we all meet outside after the Bears game, and, you know, we playing in the snow, think we Walter Payton and shit. Now I see this motherfucker, and, you know, he's this short dude, and he used to stiff arm people like that. I'm like, I'll be damned. But, you know, I was never one to, you know, go crazy over somebody. But when you see somebody that you looked at, you know, play football, or you jam in their music, it'll shock you for a second, and then you just keep on going about your way. I just keep on moving, and I know they were shocked. Hey, could I have an autograph? I never asked for no shit like that. I'm like, yeah, hey man, nice to meet you. You know, and Cindy Crawford, somebody would have tackled that fine chick. And I'm like, yeah, you know, my girlfriend is around the corner. She almost look as good as you, so I'm gonna keep it moving. But Cindy was bad as hell, though. But yeah, but running in,
he's a fucking asshole.
My goodness, she was bad, dude. I mean, she looked good on TV, but she looked better in person. I'm like, oh man, she was bad. That girl was bad. But yeah, I see sometimes Lemon say, you know, people need to stop arguing. But I said in your chat one time, I'm like, nah, 108. No, It was too much shit talking. So I'm going to keep this shit going. I'm not going to be nice. I'm like, nah.
Well,
There's too many people that was talking shit.
I said, I ain't like everybody else. Some
I'm
people,
gonna have to
gotta
get a few
this
people.
and this and that. No, I'm that motherfucker. I'm an asshole. I am that one. I'm an asshole, and that's why I'm gonna portray myself to be an asshole.
Yeah,
so I can't talk to him, but I can be in a person podcast and be, you know, saying politically correct.
And be cordial for a while.
You know,
but you know, Lemon is right in theory.
Hey, other thing, they getting on you in the comment section. They said that's when light skin dude was in. Yo, they fucking out in the chat. Hey, they fucking out in the chat. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but no, but I said I don't even with the threats with the developer, that didn't bother me because it comes with the territory.
Well, no, that bothered.
I can't say that. Bone, that's different. That's totally different, Bone. That's totally different.
I get threats and I don't bother nobody.
Bone, you're not at the hold on a thing. Hold on, Bone. You cannot compare that, Bone. That's something totally different.
Because what? At the end of the day, ain't that a human being?
Bone, that's not what we're not talking about, though. You can't, Bone. You don't have.
I get threatened. I get threatened for
not
not
like
saying
that, Bone.
anything. They get
not
threatened
like that.
for a
Bone,
game.
Like that,
my thing is that you should. My thing is you should think about. Okay.
Let's go this scenario.
You want me to get a 100?
He'll understand.
Hey, 100.
Go get it.
Hey, 100. It's like this, 100. People come to be entertained. Okay, it's like Russell Westbrook. He was walking. He just turned his ankle. He's walking through the tunnel the other day, and somebody dumped popcorn on his head. No, man, you don't get a chance to do that. You know, and I'm glad his people restrained him because he was going to kick somebody's ass.
He was going to go kick his ass, and they should have let him go. I ain't mad at Ron Artest.
No, because he would have got kicked out.
You throw beer on me. You threw a beer on me when I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, but 100.
You wouldn't do it on, like you say, you wouldn't do it on the street. But this
not at all. But see, it's sort of the same context. Hey, if you don't like the person's game, you don't have to come at them vulgar. You just say, hey, I don't like your game. Like I don't like Horizon Zero Dawn, that boring ass game. I don't like the Order 1886, that garbage. You know, I don't like when everybody was hyping up The Last of Us. I didn't like that shit because I just finished playing Gears or Halo, and when you moving that fast, and now you all of a sudden you going 30 frames per second, don't come telling me how great this shit is. Now all of a sudden today, Rand is over here talking about I can't live without 60. Well, play your Xbox One X, motherfucker. Play that shit. Okay, because that's what I played last year, where everybody was saying Xbox ain't got no games. That's some bullshit. I was playing that shit. Y'all was just playing that bullshit from last generation. Okay, while I'm over here at 60 frames already. Okay, and then people don't understand why I'm like, oh, Sony got these bangers. What? Name them. Say this shit out loud. Do that and tell me how many bangers they got. The fuck out of here with that shit. But 100, what Flip and I, two darker skinned gentlemen, are trying to tell a light skin.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this live.
Listen.
Zink, you was on a roll, but you lost me there, brother.
We're gonna do this live.
Ain't nobody bigger than New York and LA. You put us together, we are juggernauts.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I got Chicago. I think Flip Money is in Philly, so it's not that much of a disparity.
Yeah,
Flip Money live in a city of a population of 105 people. He don't even matter.
Yeah. Hey, but back to 100 over here tripping before 108 pulled that pistol out on me.
I got you back. I got you back. Don't even worry about it. I can calm the New York niggas down.
So you can't be given death threats because you don't like somebody's game.
No, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying it's right. But my thing is, if I say I was THQ, right, and them people were doing that, I was going to tell them, hey, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Because the thing about it is, it's called cerebral mind games. I know they might be saying hateful stuff and this and that. And some people are not built like me and us. They're not. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to build them into somebody that's going to come because they're mad because of this PlayStation shit. And hey, we ain't got the tools right now. So it is what it is. I'm going to pump them up. I want to make them feel good. You don't have to worry about that. Worst case scenario, I'm going to jump in.
Who was that? Who was them? Who was them that you're going to make feel good? How is that? How is you going to make them feel good?
Because I want to have their back for one. I'm like, I got your back. Ignore all that rhetoric. If you feel like you have to block somebody, block them. You don't have to actually accept it. I'm not telling you to accept it.
Okay, Bone. But listen to me. Stay
king
focused.
Of the block button. I'm the king of the focused. Twitter, baby.
Stay focused on everything that I say. Bone. These are people who making video games. You understand that What you do and what they do is something totally different. This is their
No,
job.
what I'm telling you,
This is their job. Hold on, bro. You gotta listen. No, but
they're
listen.
not the
No,
only person that ever got threatened in their
no,
life.
but that's not. No, but that's not what I'm talking about. But listen, Bone. Listen, Bone. Listen. You're not listening. When I'm saying that, why I said that that's their job or whatever. Dog, do you understand that makes people who play video games look bad? You understand that they don't look at us in a good light?
They hate us.
So when you do something like that, it makes people who play video games look bad. Let me hold on, I'm not finished. You do understand, like not too long ago in Congress, how they was talking about how to ban certain games and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
That's why. Because they doing dumb shit. It ain't about, I'm trying to make that person feel good. No, it's about the perception of how people perceive us in video gaming. Congress and them like that. Well, then y'all don't need to be playing video games. You're giving them a reason to make law to stop us from doing what we're doing, and all we're doing is playing video games.
I'm glad you said that, because at 100, it's just like, you remember how they used to say the dumb athlete, especially the dumb black athlete. So, I already knew that was coming. So when I went to school, I made it a point. Well, in my family, you have to graduate anyway. But I made it an extra point that I was not only going to play, I was going to play, and I was going to have a good GPA, and I was getting the hell out of there with the damn degree. Okay? So it'll stop that shut up and dribble, or that dumb black athlete that didn't know how to read or write, do arithmetic. Okay. And when one person messes up, they ruin it for all of us. And even though we Xbox guys primarily, that Sony fool that's giving somebody a death threat, when that shit hits main line news, we all in trouble. We collectively in trouble because of that damn fool right there.
They don't look at him as a PlayStation or Xbox guy. They look at him as a crazy ass unit.
You right. That light skinned dude right there got sniffed tonight. I mean, yeah, you right.
Oh man, you almost made me spit my drink out.
No, all jokes aside though, but Lemon is right though. He's not that it's like that. That's how they look at it. Then you be like, yo, how they gonna make this law? We can't play this. You understand? Every time a child go out there and kill somebody, whatever, one of the first thing they run to is video
games. Playing GTA.
That's the first thing they run to. Well, then he must have been playing video game. He think
Flip, man, you so right. When I see shit like that, like a mass shooting, I stop everything I'm doing, and I'll look around and I say, okay, who's gonna say something about a video game?
I do the same thing.
I say, I hope they not video game players, because it's all gonna point at me. I mean,
look at the situation, right? The Madden tournament, the young white guy.
Yes, the dude that went to pop the trunk.
Then he went in there. Now he went to Walmart and bought that gun.
The guy that I was talking about, the white dude that was at the Madden tournament that got mad.
Yeah, he went. He had that gun with him. He went and bought him at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
And look what he did. Right? We talking about a sports game. Right? Yep. Now, the worst fanatics in the world are sports fanatics.
Yes.
In any sport.
Any sport.
I don't know nothing about sports, but I know
they are worse. They are worse than a Stan, than an Xbot. They're worse.
You're not allowed to come on this podcast and over their team. Stand. No, you're not. You're not allowed to come on in my presence to use that word.
What?
He said Stan.
No.
Stan.
Oh, ponies.
You gonna be an ass. Yo, you trying
what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Fucking corny. I cannot know.
You know what?
One way is right too.
I can't stand it.
Right. Because I know his sports.
Man, I can't hear that shit. That shit irritates me like a. I
told 100. I told 100. I can't communicate on live. I mean live. Yeah, I can't communicate on live because I'm really, really good at 2K, right? So I beat these dudes. I don't never talk to them. I got banned for I don't know how long now, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. because they said my gamer tag was not appropriate
on Xbox Live.
Somebody reported me, and the enforcement emailed me.
Cause you talk a lot of shit.
You must have said something.
Are you listening to what I'm talking about?
You talk a lot of shit.
No. Excuse me, 100. I said I do not talk to sports fans. We had this conversation. You drink too much.
But if you blew somebody out by 50,
but I don't talk to them. My mic is usually in a party chat with somebody else.
You done brung out a young CEO kid. He gonna call his daddy and gonna get your ass, man.
Go ahead. Let me go ahead. That nigga trolling.
Zink, I don't physically talk to these dudes. I'll play 2K and I'll be in a chat with 100 or whoever else, right? They can't hear me anyway. You know what I'm saying? But they so much as sore losers. My name on Xbox Live is not appropriate to them. Lemon 23. Since when? November make 19 years and 6 months I've been on live. And you know the only time I've been banned is beating people on 2K. These sport fans are ape shit retarded.
Yeah, they are.
They are fanatical. You know, you picking LA Clippers, I pick the LA Lakers. Why you gotta use LeBron? I'm like, yo, dude, you got a stack team too.
Ain't it?
Right. You pick the Brooklyn Nets. I'm tired of playing the Lakers. You got the Brooklyn Nets. What? I mean, you got 3 superstars. I got LeBron and AD. But they crazy. And they take the sports to another level. I went to the park the other day. Dudes was playing softball. Right after I left, the 2 teams get into a fight. They were swinging bats at each other like they was in the movie 300. It was crazy. I said, yo, I can't believe this is going down.
Hey, see 108. That's why I don't go outside anymore, dude. Hey, man,
that was crazy.
I stay to myself. And you know what? And you talked about sports. That's why I don't even in Chicago here, man. They crazy here. And I know in New York, y'all have better sports talk radio than we do over here, and we have some great ones. And I stopped listening to it because I got tired of listening to they shit. The only reason I'm gonna listen to sports radio now is because we finally got a black quarterback in Chicago. Finally, they think we can handle a black quarterback over here in Chicago. I'm amazed, but I want them to play the guy. But I'll start listening to sports radio again. I used to listen to it all the time, but I stopped listening probably about 10 years ago. They talk too much shit, and then half of them don't know what the hell they're talking about.
No, a lot of them turn to Stephen A. Bitch. Somebody that say that.
Man, see there you go. Now
shout out to my man Kwame Brown for exposing.
Man, my man, shout out to Kwame. I got to shout out to Kwame. Kwame said, take all my material and make some money.
You ain't gonna mess with my mama's cooking.
Hey, you know what? You guys.
Hey, they woke up. That's waking up a sleeping giant right there.
You should have left him alone because he's quiet.
He wasn't bothering nobody.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something, and we love Jordan here. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I've heard Kwame Brown talk twice, and the first time I heard him talk was when Jordan drafted him. Then the second, when he went number 1. And the second time I heard him talk is when my boy sent me what he said like about 5 days ago or so. That's the second time I heard him. That's how quiet Kwame Brown is. Why you fuck with him like that, dude? And I'm gonna tell you something. And we know some sports here. Hey, you know something? I had 3 NBA tryouts. I got picked to go overseas. Didn't go. Because
we got a real basketball dude in here with me. Yes, unlike 100. Thank you.
I was only going to get paid $60,000 a year, so I chose not to go because I was going to make $65,000 at Nestle. So I said, "Hey, I'll stay in my country." Okay. So this dude played 12 years in the National Basketball Association.
That's right.
You're not a bust at that point. You played 12 years. Now, I played in those Gus Macker 3-on-3 basketball tournaments, and we played against some NBA players, some college players, and we won some and we lost some, but we won more than we lost. So I played against some good competition all over the place. All right.
Did you play in USBL?
No, this is just a 3-on-3 tournament, man. And I was going to play in this 5-on-5 tournament for like $25,000 for a weekend in New York one time, but I couldn't get away. I was doing something with Nestle and I couldn't get away. But this group that I was going with was really, man, oh my goodness. This was 10 guys that could really play. So
Vodka said stop talking about sport before he come in and had to handle all of y'all.
All right, man, we're gonna give it up.
Vodka been drinking.
But you just can't talk about somebody that played. It's hard, man. Like my daughter is a softball pitcher. She got to work every day, all right, to be at that level. And to be in the NBA for that long, even if we think you sorry, and I'm sure, Lemon, you said there's some guys that's playing out there that's not that good, okay? And you could be justified. But the dude played 12 years in the league.
If he play against anybody in any of these pro-ams and local tournaments, he's scoring 50.
But check this out.
That's a fact.
Check this out. Jalen Rose said it. He said, if you make it to the NBA, it's not the NFL. NFL got 7 rounds, and plus you can get and be in a free agent.
And it's 55 people on the team.
Yeah. You got 16 players to play on one team. The man, when I saw the man personally when he was out here in LA, he balled. He tried to do the best as he can do, his ability. But he wasn't garbage. He was not in
no, he wasn't garbage.
I don't even know what these dudes are talking about.
Yeah, no, he wasn't that guy. If I had to take somebody and it was my last 10 million, I will get him because he's gonna give me everything. And thing about it is, I don't have to worry about him. How many of you give these people this money and you got to worry about them? You got to buy personal security.
Hey, 100. You said it's something else. He's never been in fucking trouble, dude. This guy has never been in trouble. And Stephen A. I saw this thing. It was something on YouTube. Stephen A. Smith's biggest cut downs of Kwame Brown, and he was actually doing speaking engagements, dogging out Kwame Brown.
But why would you do that? And see, that's what I was wondering because I didn't look at Stephen A. stuff. I'm gonna say this right now. Kwame was going live today.
My basketball career.
Like, where are these engagements? Why are you tearing me down? Why are you tearing me down? And it's like we need to start building people up. He said, "What have you done for the urban community? You ain't did a damn thing."
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this for the record: my basketball career is longer than Stephen A. Smith's and more productive.
Man, my basketball career is longer than his.
And financially. Stephen A. Smith just went to college.
Hey man, Stephen A. Smith pissed me off, dude, big time. And I'm glad y'all brought this shit up. And Lemon might not like this, but you know what? Stephen A. Smith, Ryan McCaffrey, Jeff Keighley, they the same motherfucker.
Yeah,
I can't stand those.
They're doing it for the buck. They doing it for the master.
Man, I see it. Y'all niggas beating around the bush. Stephen A. Smith is a coon. They been called Stephen A. Smith.
He ain't shit.
Oh man, he's cool.
Yeah. I mean, listen here. I don't know much. I know who the fuck he is. And
he's a TV personality, and that's what he do.
The time I met Stephen A. Smith is I'm sorry turning this shit to a sports show, but the time I met Stephen A. Smith was my boy works the lower bowl at Staples Center for liquor games, and he got so cool with Gary Payton, he wanted at the Yard House and flipped. You've been at the Yard House before. That down right next to the Staples Center, right? And we had part of the bar cut off. And so, like I say, Gary Payton's so cool. Yeah, he coming in there with sweats. He don't even care. So Stephen A. Smith coming in with this chick, and I saw this little white kid runs up to him. "Can I have your autograph?" And he said, "You see me on with this beautiful lady? This is a pacifist." I'm like, "Nigga, it's a little kid. I don't care what color they are. It's a kid. Want your autograph?" So then he see Gary Payton, and what's up with you guys? This and this and this and that. I'm like, oh, man, get your sucker monkey, man, get that sucker. And so he was like, Gary, what the whoop? And Gary looking at him like, I really ain't got too much to say to you. He said, we are if you want to, if you feel like you're on that level, you get a private room. You can go walk through the kitchen and get to that private room.
Hey man, you know what, 100? I'm with Flip on this one. We all would Flip anyway by saying Steven ain't shit. But you just told me some new shit right there.
Yeah.
Dude, are you kidding me? He said that to a little ass kid.
Yeah, little kid. I'm talking about the kid was about like 10 years old, knew who he was. Because the thing about it, people don't understand that at the time he was doing most of his shows from LA. He was on LA radio and then Sports Center upstairs from LA Live.
That's some new level bullshit.
Yeah. Right, so when I saw that, I'm like, fuck you. And then people don't understand. Stephen A. Smith been fired from both of from Fox, everything. He been fired multiple times.
Hey, Flip. Hey, you know what? Back to these light-skinned guys. They just didn't want to talk about Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and how much fog is in the background. And Lemon want to say that it's all great and shit. And he don't want to talk about the fog that's in the back of the game. Well, we think y'all colluding against me and Flip. So that's why.
You can say what this has actually been your.
It sounds like you need a light-skinned guy to go to the club and get you hooked up because you know automatic with us.
Actually,
Zink Live because I really ain't been talking like that.
Actually, Lemon, I got influenced by being on here with 100, so I just opened up a bottle of Cabernet over here. So now I'm a little chill.
Spell that shit.
I can't spell Cabernet. So.
I can't drink hardcore anymore.
It's a red wine, though. It's a red wine.
Yeah, it's a red wine, dude. You know, we have to drink red wine from all the food that we you clean that cholesterol.
Flip, don't do that again.
Hey, no, nigga.
Don't do that again.
No, nigga. I drink red wine.
Yeah, well, we have to, man, because we eat too much 100's barbecue. Like the thing, so you know we got to clear up the arteries every now and again, you know. So
no, actually, I thought about me and Cousin was talking about it. We bought a which we got to go pick it up though. We bought a lunch truck, so got to.
Speaking of lunch truck, like going out to E3, other than going to eat at 100's, I wanted to go to this Delilah HD and them talked about.
Oh no, hell no. Hell no.
Well,
hell no. That
let him finish. Let him finish 100 before you cut him off.
It's a Korean barbecue. We already know.
Yeah, they went to this this food truck and they whatever it was, they specialized and they went. I'll never forget the show they did. They said, well, I had to take them to this food truck at E3 and they had to eat these tacos at this food truck. I want to eat at that truck. That's all. And hey, Lemon, when you left, we talked about what I did. When you were getting on the crowd, you were getting on us about not going to E3, and I was telling 100 and Flip, I was like, I never want to go to E3. Well, my daughter plays. Lemon. We actually went to the first E3 that was here in Chicago, but check it out. I never want to go to E3 again because I'm kind of set in my ways. So, and my daughter play a lot of softball in the summer, so I can't go anyway. But I would like to go just to eat at 100's and have them cook and eat the ribs and shit and just hang the fuck out. I would like to go to a Microsoft conference, but you cussed all of us out the other day talking about going to E3, and I'm like, damn, I just want to go hang out at 100's and go to that food truck that Delilah and them went to. You know, and take my ass back on home.
Like your ass greedy.
No, hey, you know what else? 108 and 108. When y'all were having a good ass time,
I said let his ass in.
It seemed like you wouldn't hear when I just said this a little while ago, but Livewire. It seemed like Livewire and I
sent it in a group chat earlier this afternoon.
It seemed like Livewire and I were the only ones in this chat, right? And you guys were hanging out, having a good time at E3. And Livewire said, in the comment section, he said, "Man, it looked like y'all having so much fun out there." And it seemed like he said it in a sad way. And I was like, "Yeah, I know, man. I wish I was out there because it looked like y'all were just having the
no, because Lennon like to get up early. He want to run the streets. He want to run the streets.
I'm from New York. That's what we do.
Hey, man,
he gonna run the street, and then I gotta drive everywhere. So I gotta drive everywhere.
You know everything at. Why would I be driving in your hometown?
Word up.
On Google. Shit.
If I rent the truck, sucker, all you gotta do is take the keys and go.
Hang on. I gotta hit back streets.
Hey, you know what?
I'm on a world tour. I went to Beverly Hills.
What? This is why. See, we listen to these two light-skinned dudes, and see, 100 is complaining about driving. But see, if we were there, see, I'd be working the radio. 100 drive, and we'd be kicking. Okay, you know, so we'd be driving somebody. We'd have to rent a Suburban or something to seat like.
That's what I rent. That's the only thing I drive. Suburbans.
Yeah,
we was in a Suburban.
I drive a Navigator. So we have to posse up and just roll. See, we could drive around all day. You know, when we came home from college, we didn't have to go anywhere. We would just drive around all day. We just drive around and kick it all day. Now, I do that at E3. I really don't have to. I know the games. You know, they're exciting. You know, and I look forward to E3 every year. But I just want to eat at 100s. And Lemon, you cussed all of the crowd out. You cussed us all out on your show.
Me and 100 throw a great party. All you gotta do is pull up.
Yeah, hey man,
you gotta do much.
Damn sure show up too.
Man, fuck that. I want to get on the TMZ bus and piss on somebody. Fuck that.
Oh, no, I ain't getting on no damn TMZ bus. That shit over my job. I'm tired of seeing that motherfucker.
Y'all Dawson Johnson keep that R. Kelly work. We don't do that R. Kelly work. Light-skinned guys don't do that.
We don't got to do that because I'm driving everywhere. I drive all around the city.
Yeah,
if they say they want to go here,
whatever you say, Living, you just say, nigga, I don't mind.
we go through. Think about it. What was that first date? We went by Nipsey Hussle spot. That's close to by my house. We went through all of Hollywood.
Hey, you know what, 100? I want to go to that pier where you were hanging out when y'all let y'all go.
Yeah. But no, I got a better pier than that one. I ain't took them to that one yet.
I'm going to Will Smith.
We gonna go eat. If we do it, we gonna go eat some Mexican food.
I don't know, dude.
That pier is not bigger than Santa Monica, but no, Redondo Beach Pier is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about you can just sit there. You might just want to call your wife and say, you know what, baby, I love her. Baby, I love you. I wish you was here with me. Because it's not as crowded as Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, man. Hey, before I get out of here, because I do have to go. I want to chainsaw somebody before I go to sleep. But hey, what's the one game that you guys want to come out of E3?
Halo. I need to see some more.
Nah, I'm not even on this bandwagon, even though I love RPGs. Please show Starfield, so people just will shut the hell up and start being happy about a game they don't know what it is.
I agree.
But
we know what Halo is going to do. Let's see something different. Now, I'm just saying for the people, like if they finally show something, then you have something to be hyped for. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Then you have something to be hyped. We know what Halo looked like already. We know what the improvements look like. We've seen that. I want to see. Just show Starfield so people have.
I'm about to tell all y'all what's going on right now, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. And y'all heard this first from Flip Money. You heard it first. All they're going to do is show us what the games actually look like. All the games that we already have seen. Any other game, any other upcoming game, it's going to be in CG. That's it.
Listen. It might not Flip because anything we've seen is from 2018.
I know you're going to actually see the gameplay. I know. That's what I'm saying. You're going to see the gameplay. So any other game or any other project that they coming down the line, don't expect to see actual gameplay.
Okay, here, 108, let me help you out here. The reason people are so excited about Starfield is, one, who it's being made by, and two, Sony already tried to lock up exclusive rights for it. And Phil Spencer's like, you playing with that short money. I'm gonna buy the parent company and buy
and own all
everything,
right?
On all this shit. So I think.
But Sony always tries to buy an exclusive deal. They bought the exclusive deal for No Man's Sky. How did that work out?
Didn't work out
well.
No one cared about it.
Because they wanted it. You know what I'm saying? They always try to get an exclusive deal on something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, to piggyback off of what you said on a great comeback, they bought Deathloop. And let me clear something up.
They bought an exclusive deal with Deathloop.
Exclusive
like a timed exclusive, right?
Timed exclusive. And let me tell everybody this, okay? Everyone seems to think that they have to be contractually obligated, Microsoft that is, to uphold the deal that Sony struck before Microsoft bought ZeniMax. Hey,
there was no deal for Starfield.
But it was a deal for Deathloop. Okay. So the reason Phil Spencer is honoring that is out of the kindness of his heart that he's doing that. He don't have to do shit.
No, that's a fact.
He don't have to do. He don't have to honor nothing. Once you're acquired, if you're a tenant, if that owner wants you to move out, he just has to. Them
old leases mean nothing, right?
That lease means nothing. He just has to give you ample time to move, and you don't have to pay that fee that you didn't stay long enough. So you could be gone. But one thing that I want, of course, if y'all don't know, Halo is my favorite franchise. Period.
Mine too.
Bar none. When I want to do something, I'll listen to a Halo movie when I'm cutting the grass, or I'll watch a Halo whatever. Okay, so Halo is out of the picture. But what I want from E3, I want Forza Motorsport to show up, and I want them to say that they bought the NASCAR license. Yeah, I'm that one black dude that I love NASCAR, dude. That was my first toy that I could remember. I was 3 years old and had a electric racing car set that went in a circle. And here's the kicker: I wasn't even allowed to play that shit yet. I just was able to sit there and just watch the cars go in a circle. But that was good enough for me, And one of the first games I played on Atari 2600 was Indy 500. Them block ass cars around that piece of shit. Okay.
Damn,
and now I'm playing Forza. Okay. Lemon, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. That was some
exactly. Other thing
it was innovative for its time.
Hell yeah, it was state of the art. Fuck innovative. It was state of the art. It was never gonna get better than that. A purple and yellow car going around a track, around the TV rather.
We got the ratchet snorter in the building.
Somebody showed up.
Yeah, live.
Yeah, what up?
Live Wire showed up. Live, we've been talking about your ass too.
Man, what I do?
Hey, Live, I was just telling them when everybody was at E3 and they were live, and it seemed like you and I were the only ones in the chat, and you said, man, it looked like y'all having so much fun out there.
Me and 100 throw the best barbecues in the world. I don't do no cooking.
You said that shit, and I was like, yeah, I know, man. It looked like they're having a good time out there, Yeah, but I never forgot that shit. I just told that story, how we were in the chat, and you was like, man, it looked like y'all having so much fun out there, because they were at a club, and 100 was doing live shit, and it just looked like they were just having a time of their life.
Shout out to my man Megatron for throwing a mega.
Shout out to Megatron and the crew. You know what I'm saying? But people don't understand that. That's stress. That week is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
That's stressful because I got it.
We know. We seen the video. We seen the video.
Yeah.
We seen the video.
Like I said, we go run over to the Iron Lord spot. We get loaded over there, and then I gotta go all the way back home.
No, shut up and start complaining.
Yeah, man, y'all had a good time. Hey, Lob, we were just talking about.
Think about it. I don't run the streets like that. I'm in my
Yeah,
early
you don't.
40s
Thanks
now.
to your big
We
brother
know.
Lemon dragging
We
you
know.
everywhere.
We know you don't run the
I'm in my
street. We
early
know.
40s now. I feel like I don't need to run the streets
Well, you better
like
do
y'all
something.
have to do.
I don't have to do anything. I enjoy it.
I enjoy it to a certain extent, but when we doing
You the
15
most
hour days and I ain't
complaining
getting
ass
paid
light
for
skinned
it,
dude I know. As soon as you hit them streets, all your complaints go out the
I
window.
want to come
Shut
home
your
and have a
ass up.
bottle and sit down and watch the NBA. Watch the NBA thing.
You act like you older than me. Shut your ass up.
You think you younger than me, and you're
Man,
not.
because my
Because
two-step
when
work.
the knees be hurting.
My knees don't be hurting. My feet was
My
hurting.
back. Oh, my back. My neck and my back.
108 said my feet hurt. Hey,
Yo, it's
Lob,
a lot of walking in E3, Zink.
No, we walk.
It's a lot of walking, bro.
We're talking about
Yo, it's crazy. All right, I'm gonna give you an example. Imagine walking around Chicago airport 3 times.
Oh shit! Now you talking some real shit. Hey, but I'll give you one better.
I've been to Chicago. I know what
it is. I'll give you one better.
In the United States.
In Chicago, well, it's the busiest. One of them is bigger, but I think that at one point Chicago O'Hare was the busiest. But hey, 108. What you guys went through is what I'm about to say. McCormick Place.
So you didn't go fly in a raggedy ass Midway?
Well, Midway is the quickest.
Yeah, I used to work for AT. I used to work for ATA.
Midway is the quickest in and out. If you go to O'Hare, that's an event. Okay, but anyway, but what you talk? Yeah, trust me. 108 knows it's an event. But anyway, 108 more. What you're talking about is the convention centers we have in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Is McCormick Place, and they built a new McCormick Place across the street from the old McCormick Place, and both of them are big as hell.
Damn.
Okay, and you better have your best shoes walking around the auto show, because that shit you could walk for years in these two big ass places. That's why when you guys talk about all of the walking, I'm saying, damn. You guys were walking from venue to venue, so I'm like, this is like walking around the auto show at both McCormick Place in Chicago.
When I went to when I was flying to New Orleans, I had a layover in Chicago, so I had to go to another gate, of course. So I'm walking for like 40 minutes, right? I said, yo, I pulled over one of the guys and said, yo, man, I just came from this gate, and I've been walking like 40 minutes, and I got to get to this gate. He said, well, if you want to make your flight, you're going to have to get in the cart. I said, what?
Oh, shit.
He said, you'd have been walking till tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, and don't stop and look at that dinosaur. Was that dinosaur still there? Because they moved this dinosaur from the museum and put the dinosaur at O'Hare. Well, you would have to see this dinosaur because it's the biggest one in the world. And they put that dinosaur in O'Hare so it would attract people to the Field Museum that's on the lakefront.
I know. I ain't never seen an airport that big in my life.
Yeah, O'Hare.
Y'all ain't saw what's called. I think the biggest airport, Atlanta's the biggest one, but I don't know. I never been to Atlanta.
I've been to Atlanta, but I don't know. I don't think it got nothing on Chicago.
Denver has a big ass airport too.
No, it's not. It's not the biggest.
I don't think it got nothing on Chicago.
The biggest airport y'all would not believe. It's ridiculous. The biggest airport is I gotta look it up. It's not Atlanta. It's not Chicago. It's none of that.
I thought it was Chicago.
No, Denver got the longest runway because think about it is when you LA has terminals.
I think it is. I think it's Denver. I gotta look it up because the biggest airport.
LA has terminals.
Let me look.
Every airport got terminals.
When I hear concourses, that means that's real big.
Oh yeah.
When you have concourses, and the biggest airport I've been in was in Denver.
No,
that's not
Atlanta's the biggest airport. No, Atlanta. I think Atlanta and Dallas is the biggest. If you got to take a train,
no, it's Denver.
I'm wrong.
Denver is the biggest airport in the United States. It's Denver.
It's Denver. Okay.
Yes, it's massive. It's real massive.
I'll be because Denver Airport is not even in the city of Denver. It's not even you when you
We got
land.
2 big airports here, but they don't come close to that damn Chicago.
No, Chicago is busy as shit, and it's all day getting up in there too. And when they say you should be there 2 hours before your flight, they lying. You should be there at least 3 hours before your flight if you're going into O'Hare. If you're going into Midway, yeah, you want to be there 2 hours prior. But Midway, you could get in and out. But while we talking about airports, Live Wires, did you see Flip Money's favorite game today, Horizon Forbidden West? Did you see
that video? Live having a problem over there, messing with that phone. Live got a Boost Mobile trick phone.
He said a Boost Mobile trick phone. Disrespectful. Yo, I'm getting out of here, man. The Lakers about to come back on.
Yeah, that's what I do, man.
I got my TV on, but half my room is blocking it.
Hey, man. I'm glad you jumped on the show, man.
Yeah, good talking to you, Zink, man.
I'm glad you jumped on. I like talking to you.
I'm finna watch the Lakers. I got to watch the Lakers game. I gave it the first half. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Zink.
Yep.
Fuck you, Flip. Live Wire, you bum. And light skin Power 108.
You know what? You could have been a light skin Power Ranger, but they sent you to the reject line, you sucker. Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, tell your side.
Hey, and thanks, Flip, for having my back when 108 pulled that gun on me.
I got you, dog. Listen. Hey, other thing, we make them. They don't know that though, but we make them.
You know what? I'm done. I don't even talk to you.